The ASUS Dual Radeon RX 7800 XT is a high-performance card based on the newest RDNA 3 architecture of the Navi 32 family. This card performs exceptionally well for its price, and AMD might have finally figured out the recipe here. From a design perspective, the card looks professional and simplistic. It has a dual-fan setup, as is apparent from the naming, with the conventional black theme throughout the card. That said, the front has a distinct design element through various patterns and cuts to avoid that plain, boring feel. On the top, along with the usual ASUS and Radeon branding, there are more subtle cuts that reveal the heatsink, deviating from the typical design found in most cards. The backplate is reinforced by aluminum, which adds to the rigidity of the PCB. Performance, however, adds to the appeal of the card on another level. To begin with, the boost clock has been boosted by around 6% by ASUS from the factory overclock, uplifting it to 2565 MHz. The core count on the card is lesser than the predecessor, the RX 6800 XT, along with other specs, which could lead you to believe the actual predecessor of this card is the RX 6800. Dodging the marketing gimmick here, thanks to the newer architecture, the card outperforms the RX 6800 XT with a performance increase of around 7 to 8%. This is impressive, considering the 6800 XT still retails for a similar price. Looking through the lens of a rivalry with NVIDIA, the card outputs more performance than the RTX 4070 and 3080, ranging from a performance difference of 9 to 12%. Even at 4K high settings, you're able to achieve playable frame rates and a relatively smooth experience. While you receive this power, the card is kept under control by two Axial Tech fans that create an increase in air pressure, allowing for more heat to dissipate. The fans also contain dual ball bearings that increase the overall lifespan, along with an onboard controller that controls the speed of the fan automatically per the thermals to minimize the fan noise levels, improving the acoustics of the card. As a cherry on top, there's quite an overhead for overclocking and tuning here, allowing you to push the performance even further. In terms of power specifications, you're looking at a TDP value of 300 watts, with a minimum PSU wattage required of 700 watts. Fortunately, ASUS has decided to use a 2x 8-pin power connector for the card, which is surely more appreciable than the newer 12-volt high-power power connector, enhancing the backward compatibility with older PSUs. Finally, for output, you get a single HDMI 2.1a port, along with 3 DisplayPort 2.1 ports, which should be able to power any monitor you wish to throw at it. In summary, the ASUS Dual Radeon RX 7800 XT is a solid graphics card to pair with the 5700X 3D, providing decent performance at 4K resolution while effortlessly handling lower resolutions. In addition, pairing it up with an AMD processor enables the usage of new tech like AMD Smart Memory, which can potentially provide a boost in some games. In short, what I like is the superior performance over cards at a similar price range, the good overclocking headroom, and the compact design increases overall usability. What I don't like is that there's no RGB and the cooling solution could be improved. Ratings: Design, 9 out of 10. Performance, 9.5 out of 10. Acoustics, 9 out of 10. Thermals, 8.5 out of 10. Value, 9.5 out of 10. For an overall rating of 9 out of 10.